yeah, that's kind of the old school way of thinking of it, right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's people still haven't fully figured that out because it takes a lot of patience.
It does.
to be a student of the game and to study the little things and to accept the fact that while I'm working on this, I need to leave my feet on the pegs more. Guess what? You're gonna have to go slower for a year, probably, maybe two, depending on how long you've had that bad habit for. Like, yeah, it's difficult to get that through to people sometimes.
Yeah. Is there,
I think.
is there a rider either current or in the past where you would have loved to have worked with them? So sorry, number one, work with them, and two, maybe kept them away from like the Lorettos or big nationals to do that fundamental work? Is there a rider that you could think of where you're like, man, I would love to have been or like had the TMA to help them out with their career or their riding or something like that?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, basically every single rider, period, other than, I mean, I can name every single one of them.
Give me your top three that you would like.
Okay, well, off the top of my head, Hampshire would be one that like needs the reset. Especially he did great, by the way, didn't he? I think he get somewhere in the top 10?
First 450 debut. Awesome ride. He looked smoother,
super solid,
and more in control in the 450.
Yeah, because it allows him to dial back a little bit and maybe focus on a little bit of technique instead of just absolutely going for it. So that could be a positive for him. But it's killed me watching him through his career a little bit. And yes, he's had a lot of success, but he's fallen off that bike a lot. And there's a lot of really obvious, easy fixes that just require some patience to be able to get things corrected. He would be one. Faulkner's one I look at and see a lot of potential and easy corrections that could be made. So that's an obvious one. McAdoo. McAdoo's a great one. Crazy potential, but needs a lot of little things to refine and clean up to be able to really get to the next level and to do it safely. Yeah. I mean, I could go down the list. I could keep going and going and going because there's who rides like Jet? Sexton?
Yeah, that's Kenny.
Yeah, I mean, Cole Davies.
Yeah.
Kenny doesn't even really. I mean, Kenny's pretty close. But there's certain things that Kenny rolls his back sometimes. His footwork's not quite as good. But mostly the back roll. So if you look at Kenny's posture when he sits on the bike and rides the bike, it's not Jet caliber or Cole Davies caliber or Sexton caliber. There's almost nobody that rides that way.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that posture is the secret to being able to be safe on the bike and to have unlimited ability and unlimited basically ceiling to be able to just keep going faster, because posture is what allows your hips to freely move underneath you.
Yeah.
It allows your lower body, the bike, to freely move underneath you. There's people that have talked about that theory a little bit, but I don't think that it's been demonstrated in a way. And we've had somebody doing it in a way that is so obvious. It looks like a statue. Right? That posture is everything. And when I talk about McAdoo or a Hampshire or a Faulkner or any of those guys, the first thing that I think of is posture. Is posture. Now, there's certain people that need footwork work, which would be like, Justin Cooper. He's improved a lot with his footwork, but Justin Cooper was a big one that needed help with his footwork. Cooper Webb was a big one that still needs help with his footwork. I mean, you watch Cooper Webb ride a lot and his toes are pointed God knows where, right? And he's a shorter rider, so that's really quite important. Deegan has focused a lot on posture in the last year and a half, but still has his feet end up all over the place sometimes, and he ends up flat-footed.
I was just thinking, I see a lot of like heels with him, like riding on the heels or like the like insole of your foot. Like Definitely. Yeah.
It's just impatience a little bit. It's and Jet was that way. Jet. In fact, we had a conversation where Jet's dad sent me, or actually, I don't know if he sent me a video or if he would call me on the phone. And it was after Jet won his 250 championship. This was probably 2 or 3 years ago now. And then right after he wrapped up the championship, he wadded himself up on a triple in like Salt Lake City at the final round. And then he didn't race that night. Do you remember that?
I don't, honestly.
And this, I believe, was the same year that maybe there was the year before, it was the end of that next season where Sexton, it came down to the last round between Sexton and Tomac at Pala for the championship, and Sexton crashed in either the first or second moto. And both crashes were due to the same thing. It was due to the outside foot after they got off the rear brake, just rotating out and then sitting on the arch of their foot, and the foot slipped off the foot peg. So it's what caused Sexton's crash, and it's what caused Jet's crash at Salt Lake City. And so basically Dazzy at that point, Jet's dad was like, enough is enough. He recognized that was the cause, and we need to work on this now. Jet's argument before is he would say, I don't have enough time to get my foot back. So it then finally it was like Dazzy put his foot down and was like, well, okay, we're going to make time to put his foot back in the right spot. And you can tell that he has. Jet you rewind, watch footage from 3 years ago. Jet's outside foot in the corners, especially rear brake foot and left-hand turns, toe completely pointed straight out. And he's gotten way, way better at that. So Deegan's still kind of in that phase, I think, where he's rushing things a little bit. Yeah, but I'm a nerd, I guess. When I watch the races, that's what I watch.
Yeah, well, that's what makes you
obviously because how could I
makes
not?
you a better trainer too. I mean, that's what we want to hear. It's like the guy that's teaching us is a student of the sport and is a student of watching the proper technique and how to address it.
If you guys enjoyed this podcast clip and you want to listen to full episodes, you can do so on Spotify and Apple Music. If you want to send in your own video submission, you can join us in the Moto Academy family inside of the Moto Academy app by just going to themotoacademy.com. That's also where you can sign up for a class. Okay, guys, see you next episode.